So, what's up, guys? Today we are going to continue our 3D, and it's probably going to be the final episode, even though it's the second episode. So, well, then, let's get right into it. So, today we are going to continue with our wall that we really can't like wall we can't touch. So, yeah, let me just show you how to do that. Now, obviously, to do that, you need something to touch on. And that is, of course, going to be the duplication of your wall. But just rename it as something like a death wall or the wall you shouldn't touch. Now, if we run the game, nothing really changes. And the minimap doesn't change also because it's just overlaying it. Now, what we will do is just go to costume, get something like a red square a few places around the map. So for example, I'll put one here, put one here, and finally the last one I will put it here. Now when we do that, we can see that on the minimap. And forgot to do something, you finally have to delete all the walls that aren't red, which is the death wall. Now when you have finished deleting it, you will go to coding, which doesn't really matter. Yeah, we have to code the player. Now, to code the player, we will just go ahead and let's see. So, here's the thing. We'll go to control, get an if statement, get a if touching the death wall, and we'll put that there. Put the switch costume to player right there. We will point in direction of -90, which is the case I'm starting with, and go to the starting position. Now, obviously, yours is going to be different. Now, what will happen is if we touch the death wall, we will die. But we are not rendering the death wall yet in the game. So how to render the death wall is also very simple. So let's first go to variables. Or actually, we don't really need a variable. We need a list. Now, we will make a list, name it surface, which will detect which surface it is. So it is basically using the exact same method as the distance to wall did. We just have to go here again and then go get an if else statement, if touching wall, and then replace item surface with something like 0, or replace item with 1. And you can keep on doing that. So something like you can put more. If touching death wall, you have more walls or whatever. But for now, we only have 2 kinds, so we'll do that. Now, basically, let me tell you what that does. So we are gonna first, I forgot something. We're gonna add thing to surface. Repeat that 60 times. So we're gonna add 60 things to the list of surface. So basically we have 60 things in surface, which is actually field of view. You don't have to add 60 things, you have to add this much things. And we'll do, as I said, replace item clone count of surface with 0, replace item clone count of surface with 1. So if touching a wall, so if our character is touching the wall, it is the clone count of surface is gonna equal 0, which the render block is gonna detect and switch the wall color. And that's pretty much it. So if it's the death wall it's touching, it's gonna replace with item 1. Now let's go to our render, which really changed much. Now, in this render, what we need is a simple if-else statement. So we need equals 0. So item count of surface equals 0, which we have replaced it right here in the ray trace. If it is 0, it's going to equal the wall color, which we have to set pen color to, let's say, just the line of sight color. Or maybe let's just do a pure white. Or maybe not pure white, but something like that. And we'll put red there. And we'll put that right over there. Now, I think it should work. Let's just see how it does. So it's not rendering, so let's go to... okay guys. So finally we have to put an OR touching the death wall. So right there. Now, as you see, we have the death walls displaying in the maps. And it looks pretty nice. Let's go check out the other death walls, which is almost right in front of us. So right here we have our second death wall. And finally our third one is right over here. So yeah, that was the final episode, and let me show you again what happens if you touch the death wall. If you touch the death wall, you'd return to your starting place. And of course, using this death wall method, you can make the goal, make a variable of level, make it switch wall costume to level, which is actually the reason I named the costumes 1, because it fits for level 1. And that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you for joining me, guys. Check out my studio. I'll place this project in the studio so you guys can check it out. And remember to hit subscribe and like, and see you in the next tutorial on Scratch. Peace.